Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the OU Football Preview Show. I'm Rick Heath. With me, my partner Al Eschbach, and we are at the Winston Restaurant today. The Winston, next to Neighborhood Jams on Main Street in Norman. Great place, named after Hal Smith.
Middle name,
Hal Winston Smith, Hal W. Smith. Great place. I mean, he wouldn't have a place named after him if it wasn't great food, right?
Absolutely, the best.
Some of the best food. They also have these wonderful eggnogs that are for supporting the troops. Bring your troops home, and $1 of these eggnogs will go towards helping support troops, bringing them home for the holidays. And they have a lot of other specials here at the Winston in Norman on Main Street. Al, OU doesn't have a whole lot of time to celebrate the Bedlam win. They got to go to Morgantown, West Virginia.
And the way they're playing, they're going to win the game. You don't turn it over. I mean, Jenny Carlson stretched a little bit this week saying, OU's playing as good as any team in the country. I don't know about that. They're playing better than any team in the Big 12 conference. So you go on the road, West Virginia's ever beaten them in the conference, and you just don't turn over. But the way they're playing now, it's pretty unbelievable.
They've done a good job of getting the momentum going their way. The defense is playing well. Offense is playing well. That's kind of the way people had envisioned OU might be. Now, they had no idea the defense would be this good. They were hoping, but
You're right.
didn't have any idea.
Absolutely. And then early on, Rattler struggled. Now he's playing very, very well. Lincoln Riley's been brilliant. The way he's calling plays, and they're getting people back. It's kind of crazy with after the game. Lincoln Riley said, we almost had to postpone this game. We had too many COVID cases.
I know, and so that's the only thing they have to fear at this point right now is kind of what's going on with that. But hopefully, not going home for the holidays, going to West Virginia, keeping everybody here, keeps those numbers down. And we have a good game on next Saturday in Morgantown. Nighttime game in Morgantown.
Prime time.
Hey, they've had a lot of memorable games in Morgantown. And we'll talk about those and more on the OU Football Preview Show right after this.
Whoa, easy, big fella. We don't need a chainsaw maniac around here. Trees are like family. You want to keep them healthy and happy. At Arbor Masters, we've been doing this for over 60 years. Trees trust us, and people love us. See? So just go find someplace else, okay? All right, big tree. We'll get you through this.
Call Arbor Masters. Trees trust us, and you can too.
Going up.
Bar Cicchetti in Deep Deuce, 121 Northeast 2nd Street here in Deep Deuce. Great new bar area here and sports and restaurant. Got a huge big screen here. You can come watch college football or World Series, whatever you'd like here at Bar Cicchetti. I want to talk about a great sponsor of the OU Football Preview Show, and that's Prairie Wolf Spirits, distilled right here in Guthrie, Oklahoma, right here in Oklahoma at Guthrie. Great company. They provide gin, vodka, and the new dark, Prairie Wolf Dark, which goes great in the fall here in the cold weather. Hot coffee, cocoa, whatever you like, Prairie Wolf Dark will go well with that. And any of your coffee drinks, Prairie Wolf Dark will make that a better drink. And it is carried in a lot of places in Oklahoma. If your local restaurant establishment, whatever, doesn't carry Prairie Wolf Spirits, ask them to carry Prairie Wolf Spirits so that you can have Prairie Wolf Dark, Prairie Wolf Gin, or Prairie Wolf Vodka. And any vodka drink is better with Prairie Wolf Vodka. Prairie Wolf Spirits, right here in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma Distilled. Welcome to the Cohiba Lounge next to Royal Pipes and Tobacco a great place to come watch your favorite sporting event, have your favorite beverage, and smoke your favorite cigar, all at the Cohiba Lounge in Norman, Jenkins, and Boyd. A great place to come watch your sporting event, cigar, and a drink, all at Cohiba Lounge next to the best selection of cigars in Norman at Royal Pipes and Tobacco. And welcome back, OU Football Preview Show. Rick Heath, Al Esch back from the Winston in Norman on Main Street. Great brunches, great lunches, great dinners, and it's right next to Neighborhood Jams, who's got the best breakfast in town. Both of them, Hal Smith Restaurant Group restaurants. And the Jam, Neighborhood Jams, has another one in Oklahoma City, 150th and North Pennsylvania. Great food, always at the Hal Smith Restaurant Group. And also, I want to salute Ride Home, the Ride Home Foundation, and that is a eggnog drink with Gentleman Jack in it, and for every one of those you buy, they'll donate $1 to the Bring Home and Foundation, bringing military families together during the holidays. So come in and have one of those, and $1 will go towards raising money for our service members. Al, the game Saturday, the Bedlam game, boy, OU played about as well as they could.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they start out 21-0, delivered almost a knockout punch in the first few minutes of the game. And then Oklahoma State's a good team. Oklahoma State's a really good defensively. Offensively, they got some problems, but defensively, they're a really good team. And Oklahoma putting up 41 points, almost 500 yards is really impressive.
It is, and like you said, I mean, if it wasn't for the defense, Scarlett's going to come in here and look some more food. The mussels, coconut cream mussel fries. Wow, that looks great, Scarlett. Thank you, Al. You'll have to try some coconut curry mussel fries. Right up your alley.
Outstanding, no doubt.
But yeah, OSU's defense. I mean, they took a couple huge body blows, down 21-0, but then they held OU from 6 minutes to go in the first quarter until the fourth quarter with only 2 field goals.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the two outstanding players, Stevenson and Perkins, I mean, there's a chance Oklahoma's undefeated if those guys were playing all year long.
And that's the shame
difference
about
makers,
it.
total difference
they
makers.
are. On the defense, Ronnie Perkins, I mean, just dominated. He from the very first series, he got in and made a difference.
He's a great player.
He is. And I love this quote afterwards. Hey, when you've missed as many games as I have, when you get a chance to get uncaged in a lion, like uncaging a lion, you're going to let him eat. He wanted to go out and just dominate, and he did.
And Stevenson just makes such a difference in the run game. I mean, he's unbelievable. He's
made that now the primary component. Before, they were having to depend, 60% of it or so with Rattler's passing.
Well, he's great catching the ball out of the backfield on short passes.
Yes.
And then you got Mikey Henderson, who is going to be a star.
Well, I mean, he had some outstanding plays on Saturday, Henderson did. But, I mean, okay, so you've got OU right now, defense is playing well. The offense, the offensive line is starting to come around. They had some little, they weren't quite gelling the first few games, but they are now. You've got Spencer Rattler settled in. He looks like everything we anticipated him being. The running game is now a huge, huge success part of what's going on. And, I mean, just think about all the receivers. They lost Austin Stockner for the game, and it didn't even matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It didn't matter. They got so many weapons on offense, and they'll get Hazelwood should be back this week. No, they got so many weapons, and then you got a guy like Lincoln Riley, who's the best play calling guy in the country.
Yeah, and game planning
and everything. So it's pretty impressive right now.
Well, and Herb Street said right now OU may be playing the best. On the broadcast, he said OU may be playing the best football in the country right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they're on both ends of the ball. So
well, looking across the country, Alabama obviously
is big time good.
Big time good, but they got a lot of points scored on them this year.
Right.
Ohio State won
Held on to Indiana by a touchdown.
Yeah, and
Clemson got beat by Notre Dame. So yeah, Oklahoma's played really well.
Yeah. So what they're saying is an accurate statement as far as OU playing well. Now, are they going to have a chance to get in the playoffs?
No.
No, they probably won't because of the limited games and the 2 losses. Even though they have a chance to win the Big 12,
There are too many teams that are just going to have one loss.
Too many up there that they're not going to be able to jump over.
Right.
But that doesn't mean they're not playing to their level right now.
And then you look forward to next year. Of course, you don't know what Perkins and Stevenson are going to do, and that's going to be those may be the 2 biggest recruits that Lincoln Riley has right now.
Yeah, and if they can for some reason keep those 2 guys, depending on what happens with the draft and the numbers, the letter grades they give them, we'll find out. But they're playing at a high level right now, and it demonstrated that last Saturday. Now we'll talk about what they need to do to demonstrate that superiority next Saturday when we come back here on the OU Football Preview Show.
Whoa, easy, big fella. We don't need a chainsaw maniac around here. Trees are like family. You want to keep them healthy and happy. At Arbor Masters, we've been doing this for over 60 years. Trees trust us, and people love us. See? So just go find someplace else, okay? All right, big tree. We'll get you through this.
Call Arbor Masters. Trees trust us, and you can too.
Going up.
I want to talk about a great sponsor of the OU Football Preview Show, and that's Prairie Wolf Spirits, distilled right here in Guthrie, Oklahoma, right here in Oklahoma at Guthrie. Great company. They provide gin, vodka, and the new dark, Prairie Wolf Dark, which goes great in the fall here in the cold weather. Hot coffee, cocoa, whatever you like, Prairie Wolf Dark will go well with that. And any of your coffee drinks, Prairie Wolf Dark will make that a better drink. And it is carried in a lot of places in Oklahoma. If your local restaurant, establishment, whatever, doesn't carry Prairie Wolf Spirits, ask them to carry Prairie Wolf Spirits so that you can have Prairie Wolf Dark, Prairie Wolf Gin, or Prairie Wolf Vodka. And any vodka drink is better with Prairie Wolf Vodka. Prairie Wolf Spirits, right here in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma Distilled. Welcome to the Cohiba Lounge next to Royal Pipes and Tobacco. A great place to come watch your favorite sporting event, have your favorite beverage, and smoke your favorite cigar. All at the Cohiba Lounge in Norman, Jenkins, and Boyd. A great place to come watch your sporting event, cigar, and a drink. All at Cohiba Lounge next to the best selection of cigars in Norman at Royal Pipes and Tobacco.
OU Football Preview Show. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach from the Winston out here on the patio. We're in festive mood. We got the outdoor fireplace. We got the Christmas tree up. And we had a lot of things happening here for Sunday brunches, Saturday brunches at the Winston. It's a great place. Saturday and Sunday brunches, you can't beat them at the Winston. Plus, lunches, dinners, all that are available and great here at the Winston in Norman on Main Street. next to Neighborhood Jams, another wonderful Hal Smith restaurant group. I also want to salute Bar Chichetti in Deep Deuce, Oklahoma City. If you're in Oklahoma City around Bricktown and you want a great place to go have a drink, watch a sporting event, or have food, Bar Chichetti is a great place to go. It's on 2nd Street, just north of Bricktown, right just to the west of Walnut Avenue across from Aloft Hotel. Great place, Bar Chichetti. They feature Prairie Wolf Spirits, as well as a lot of Hal Smith restaurants do. Prairie Wolf Spirits, right here in Oklahoma, a great distillery in Guthrie, and they have gin, vodka, and the dark spirits, and that goes good with coffee, hot chocolate, or any of your coffee drinks. That's Prairie Wolf Spirits Dark, Prairie Wolf Spirits Vodka, and Prairie Wolf Spirits Gin. Al, you know, coming up right now, West Virginia, OU's gone to West Virginia, and the last 4 times they've done it have been, I mean, some of it just been unbelievable games.
Well, the one game with the Landry Jones hits Kenny Stills. That was one of the wildest games up there in Morgantown.
Well, even 2018 when OU came back from deficit and drove down, and Kyler Murray drives them down there, and they win that on the last minute.
And then they make some first downs where Western doesn't get the ball back.
Yeah. So, I mean, they've been great. You know, now West Virginia, I mean, I don't know, maybe we're not giving them enough due, but they're ranked 5th in the country on scoring defense. That's pretty good.
I watched Texas Tech just march right down the field on them.
Texas Tech did beat them. Did beat them.
So, I think they're a little bit like OSU, not as good as OSU. I think they're decent defensively. Offensively, they're going to have problems.
Well, Jared Duggan is the second-rated passer in the Big 12, right behind Spencer Rattler. So he's got a couple good receivers, you know, and T.J. Simmons and Winston Wright, and then Letty Brown is the second leading the ground gainer in the Big 12. So they've got some possibilities.
They're you got to go play. Don't turn the ball over and go do stuff. You should win the game, but you got to go down and play. They're not a bad team at all, and they do. Their defensive front's pretty good, I think.
Well, yeah. So OU can't just show up.
No, not at all.
Come focused.
No.
So coming off a Bedlam victory, I mean, that's one of those things. Lincoln Riley's smart enough to know, okay, that was huge in state. Now we got to get them refocused and go on the road.
And if they're focused, OU just isn't beating people now. They're plastering people.
Well, and that's what they would hope they can continue in Morgantown.
Absolutely, but it'll be tougher. But you're fortunate that the place won't be packed because of the COVID-19. But you got to go focus because West Virginia, as you said, they've had some tough games up there, and you just got to go out. You got to forget about Bedlam and
put that behind you.
Put them behind. Absolutely right.
The one thing now that I liked about Spencer Rattler after the Bedlam game, that he was asked, okay, so what about the Big 12 championship? He goes, hey, we got to go to West Virginia. That's all we're focused on is the next game.
Well, and who would have ever, after those 2 losses, would have ever thought OU was going to have a chance to play in the Big 12 title game?
Well, we didn't think they may not win but 5 games.
Yeah, you're right. And then the overtime game in Dallas against Texas. Look at this. There was a book called Season on the Brink about Indiana basketball at one time. This was a season on the brink. And
it was.
And they find a way to win the overtime in Texas, then all of a sudden they've just taken off. And of course, getting Stevenson and Perkins back means a lot, obviously.
Well, that put them over the top. I think they turned the corner, though, when they won in Texas.
Absolutely,
It did for Spencer Rattler. I mean, he's been a different quarterback since then. And then they get Perkins and Rhamondre Stevenson back, and all of a sudden, it's a whole new emphasis on offense and defense.
And since they took Rattler out of that game in Texas, he's only thrown 1 interception since.
And that is, I mean, he is coming along like people had hoped and anticipated, you know, a top 5 quarterback like him coming out of high school.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's this is a season that looked just like it was going to be turned into a disaster, and now it's turned into something that again could dominate the Big 12 conference.
You know, and they have a chance now. They control their destiny. They win out. And then Texas and Iowa State play, and the winner of that has a chance.
This weekend, absolutely.
Yeah. And so that has a chance. So we'll find out. But, hey, we are at the Winston here in Norman on Main Street next to the railroad tracks, and a great place. And come in and have eggnog with Gentleman Jack in it, and they donate $1 to the Ride Home Foundation, bringing service members, families together for the holidays. Great way to help out. Come in and have a nutmeg on top of my eggnog.
You usually chug those things.
Yeah, I generally do, but I'm on camera, so
Okay.
I'll wait until afterward. And then you can have yours. Anyway, we're at the Winston, and we'll be right back after this.
Whoa, easy, big fella. We don't need a chainsaw maniac around here. Trees are like family. You want to keep them healthy and happy. At Arbor Masters, we've been doing this for over 60 years. Trees trust us, and people love us. See? So just go find someplace else, okay? All right, big tree. We'll get you through this.
Call Arbor Masters. Trees trust us, and you can too.
Going up.
I want to talk about a great sponsor of the OU Football Preview Show, and that's Prairie Wolf Spirits, distilled right here in Guthrie, Oklahoma, right here in Oklahoma at Guthrie. Great company. They provide gin, vodka, and the new dark, Prairie Wolf Dark, which goes great in the fall here in the cold weather. Hot coffee, cocoa, whatever you like, Prairie Wolf Dark will go well with that. And any of your coffee drinks, Prairie Wolf Dark will make that a better drink. And it is carried in a lot of places in Oklahoma. If your local restaurant establishment, whatever, doesn't carry Prairie Wolf Spirits, ask them to carry Prairie Wolf Spirits so that you can have Prairie Wolf Dark, Prairie Wolf Gin, or Prairie Wolf Vodka. And any vodka drink is better with Prairie Wolf Vodka. Prairie Wolf Spirits, right here in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma Distilled.
Dr. Victoria Johnson and the staff at Laser Light Skin Clinic have always prioritized the health and safety of our patients. Now we have taken a major step forward with the addition of ultraviolet C disinfectant treatment. Plus, we will continue to regularly sanitize all surfaces for added peace of mind. Laser Light is here to safely provide a variety of products, services, and treatments, all to help reveal the beauty within you. Call us today or visit laserlightsc.com to schedule your complimentary consultation.
Welcome to the Cohiba Lounge next to Royal Pipes and Tobacco. A great place to come watch your favorite sporting event, have your favorite beverage, and smoke your favorite cigar. All at the Cohiba Lounge in Norman, Jenkins, and Boyd. A great place to come watch your sporting event, cigar, and a drink. All at Cohiba Lounge next to the best selection of cigars in Norman at Royal Pipes and Tobacco.
And welcome back, OU Football Preview Show. Rick Heath, Al Lesh back from the patio here at the Winston. They are gearing up for the holidays. Come in, enjoy the brunches that they have. They have an outdoor patio. You can come, you can distance. They practice social distancing inside. They have special plastic separating tables and stuff. So come in, feel happy about the safety measures that they're taking to take care of their clients and their customers. So come into the Winston and enjoy brunches, lunches, and dinners, as well as great drink specials like the eggnog with Gentleman Jack, where they donate $1 to the Ride Home Foundation to help service members get home for the holidays. Al, the last 4 games OU went, this is courtesy of the OU Sports Information Office. In 2012, it was 50-49. That was the one that they ended up going down. Was it Landry Jones going down and getting that last?
Hit the stand of Kenny Stills.
Yeah, hit the Kenny Stills. 45-33 in 2014. 58-26 in 2016, about the only blowout. And then 59-56 in 2018, what we're talking about. Out of those high-scoring games, I don't envision this being those kind of high-scoring games.
No, I don't. No, there's no way. I mean, the one thing about Oklahoma is now you get the fact, well, I don't think West Virginia can score in the 30s against them. So, and Oklahoma's going to score in the 30s. So,
well, they've had, 60 games straight now that scored more than 28 points.
Yeah.
To hold the record in the NCAA.
Yeah.
For
so
continuous scoring. So, the only thing that kind of ticks me in the back of my brain is they throw the ball pretty good. And one thing that OU still hasn't been really tested at is downfield.
You're right. They shut Wallace down, though, for the most part.
Well, they did, but they didn't have a quarterback. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've watched Zaggy play. He's not Joe Namath out there.
No, he's not.
His stats may be good, but he's
got good stats.
Yeah.
He's second rated in the Big 12.
And he's an average quarterback.
Yeah, he's maybe an average quarterback.
He's not like Geno Smith and these other cats they played in
No,
West
man,
Virginia.
they have him. Some of those guys are in the pros
Yeah.
still.
So, you gotta. I mean,
But that's the only little
Yeah.
nagging voice in the back of my head going.
I think the secondary's been pretty good here lately.
Well, and we'll see. And you would hope so. Depending on who
Trey
they.
Brown's been really good if he doesn't commit the penalties. Woody Washington, the other starting cornerback, is going to be a star. DJ Graham, I mean.
They're getting better. They're getting young people in there. That's what I like. There is
And
one-
getting Norwood back at safety.
Norwood is
All of a
helped.
sudden they're good at that position.
Yeah, now
So-
they still have one player out there that.
Make some penalties. You know what? People rip him and they shoot with the penalties, but he's playing pretty well.
As long as he'd play and
right.
not point fingers
And
and not get the penalties.
I'll be shocked if he does that again.
Well, I would be shocked if he plays if he does that again.
You're right.
I mean, that's.
Although he did it, set out one play and he's back in there. That shows you how much they think they need him in there.
I understand that. I don't know why, but I understand it. So we'll see. But this is the kind of game that OU should win.
But you got to be. You're coming up a big win, and that's a great point. I mean, you better, because something you get down and behind them and everything, and
What happens if there's a couple of things go against them? And
Right.
They find themselves down
Absolutely.
on the road. That's going to tell where they are. I hope that doesn't happen, but at some point it might.
No,
and it will tell a
absolutely.
lot about
absolutely.
how far this team has come.
Absolutely.
Because when they were threatening the two earlier games, Iowa State and Kansas State, they didn't win.
They didn't have Perkins and Stevens either.
Yeah, and so that helps. And they didn't have a guy playing at the top of his game like Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Rattler's a different quarterback now.
Yes,
he's
he's
totally
playing at the top of his game.
Yeah.
I mean, his receivers are great. I mean, they've got a game plan.
When this team doesn't turn it over, they're really good.
And I think that's what's going to happen going into Morgantown. Lincoln Riley's smart enough. He's going to put together a game plan that
that's the other
maximizes-
factor. That's the other factor. The coaching factor.
Yes, I mean, so I look for this one. Real quickly, Iowa State, Texas. Your thoughts?
Well, I tell you, it's hard for me to think that Iowa State could play for a Big 12 championship. But Purdy is up and down. He played a great game last week. I'm probably going to. The game is in Austin, but I'm probably going to give the nod to Iowa State.
I would think so. I think just from Purdy, I mean, Ellinger is a good, solid college
That
quarterback.
can't throw the ball very well.
But he can't throw the ball. He's 50% percentage.
This day and age, that's bad.
No, you can't do that and win games against a good defense. I mean, Iowa State's got a pretty good defense. They got a good offense. Like you say, Purdy's up and down, but again, coaching. Matt Campbell is a very good coach.
You're right. If Harbaugh gets fired in Michigan, he could be the next Michigan coach.
That's what I'm saying. So, with all that being said, I think Iowa State wins, and that puts Iowa State OU if they continue to win out.
Absolutely, yes.
But wait, and like Spencer Rattler said, don't count it yet. They've still got 2 more games left. And so we will find out. Real quickly, my prediction, I got it 45-28 OU.
42-24.
There you go. 42-24, 45-28 here. Our predictions, OU at West Virginia. Have great holidays. We'll see you next time on the OU Football Preview Show.